In this PyQGIS video, we're going to cover how to automate creating a map layout view that includes map layers, a legend, a scale bar, and a title. So in the last video, we covered how you could just export an image from here, just an image of this layer, and we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to add those important features that we often need for our maps, scale bar, legend, and a title. So let's go ahead and get started. And we'll go to Plugins and Python Console. Open up the text editor. Alright. Okay, and I changed the name of that file, so that's why I couldn't open it. But let's go ahead and we're just going to start by importing QGIS.pyQt, and we'll import Qt GUI. Now the first thing I need to do is get the layers I want to describe or to display. So we'll do layers is QGIS project.instance.map layers by name, and here I'm going to put in stream_order, and then my layer is going to equal the first layer in the layers list. Okay. All right. So now once I have that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a layout manager. So let's go ahead and we're going to get our project, which will just be QGIS project.instance, and then our manager will be project.layout manager. Okay, and we're going to create a layout name, and this will just be layout 1, that's what we'll call it. And alright, so now what we've done is we've got our layers and we've created this layout. So what will happen is, if you're not familiar with QGIS, the way you do layouts is you have to go to layouts and you have to create this new print layout. So if I run this code, it will create a new print layout called layout 1, and we'll just run that and I'll show you what it looks like. So let's go ahead here and we'll click run script, and that's done. So if I go to project, I go to layouts, I should have layout 1. Oh, sorry, we haven't added that. We haven't added that layout just yet. So, sorry, let's go ahead and do that. So we've got our layout is going to equal the QGIS print layout, and it's going to be a layout for project. Sorry about that, guys. I got ahead of myself there. We didn't actually create the layout. So now I'll do layout.set name, and here we'll pull layout name. Okay, now we can go manager.add layout, and we'll put our layout as the parameter to that. Okay, so now we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and click run script here, and now we should get that layout added. Okay, let's go over and check. So we go to project layouts, we have layout 1. So I can open that, and it just opens up this empty print layout. There's nothing in there, which is fine. Okay, good deal. So I'm going to add a piece of code here so that we don't get messed up when we try to create this layout again. So this is in our code. If we run this again, it will try to create a new layout named layout 1. We've already created one. So the way we can adjust for this is we can do layouts list is going to equal manager.print layouts. Okay, and then we can do for layout in layouts list if the layout name equals our layout name, Then we can do manager dot remove layout. So that will get rid of this layout, so we can create a new one. And we'll just make a note here. Yeah, we'll do right here. So remove any duplicate layouts. Okay, and now we've got that layout. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to create a map item in the layout. Alright, so we'll do map equals our QGIS layout, and it's going to be QGIS layout item map. We're going to give it layout, and then we need to set the rectangle for this map. And this isn't super important. It has to be done, but the dimensions aren't important. So we're just going to give it values of 20 across the board here, and this will adjust to fit our map here in a minute. Okay, so we've got our map, and now if I run this, what should happen is I should get something added. So let's go ahead and click run, and we have an error. QGIS print layout project. Let me just double check this code here. Okay, and the problem is this should be print layouts, not print layout. Let's click run. Looks like that's successful, and now we'll open up our layout view again here. Layout 1. Okay, oh, didn't add that yet. Oh, it's because I haven't added it. Once again, I haven't actually added it. I've just created the map item. Sorry about that again, guys. Here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll work with the map some more here. So now we're going to set the map extent. And to do that, I'm going to use map settings, which we used in our last tutorial. So I'm going to make ms equals QGIS map settings. I'm going to do ms dot set layers, and this needs to be a list, so I'm just going to give it layer as a list. Okay, so I'm just going to make a note here, set layers to be mapped. Alright, and then now we're going to actually set the extent, so here we're going to do rect equals QGIS rectangle. We're going to do ms.full extent, and we'll do rect scale. We're going to make this a scale of 1, and then we're going to do ms.set extent to our rectangle. Okay, and so what we've done here is we've just taken our map, so we set the layer for our map, so it knows that this streams layer back here, the stream order layer, is the layer, whoops, we want to map. Get that back again. And once we've done that, we've then made a rectangle, which is going to tell QGIS a rectangle size. And we've made that the size of the full extent of our layer. And we've set that to 1. You can make it 1.1, and that expands it a little bit from the layer. And then we've set the extent. Alright. So now once we've got the extent set, we can go layout dot add layout item. So this is how we're going to add the item to the layout. So now we're adding the map to the layout. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and click run here. No errors. Let's go to project, layouts, layout 1. Okay, so you can see that this map's been added. I can't see it in my layout yet, but that's okay. We are going to take care of that next. Okay, so to get this map to show up, there's a couple things we need to do. We need to give it a location, move it to a specific location, and then we need to resize it so it's something we can see. So let's do map. We'll do attempt move, and we're going to do a QGIS layout point. And what we'll do for this is we're going to give it an X coordinate, a Y coordinate, and then we're going to give it the QGIS unit types, and we'll do this in millimeters. So layout millimeters. Okay, and then we're going to do map dot attempt resize, and we do the same thing here. So this is going to be a QGIS layout size this time. We're going to do this in millimeters again. So I'm going to make this, well, it's kind of a squarish one. So let's say 180 or 180 by 180 millimeters, and then QGIS unit types dot layout millimeters. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see if that does what we want it to. Okay. And I have a problem in line 31. Oh, in both these lines. I didn't close my parentheses. And let's hit run. Alright, now let's see if we can see any changes here. Layout 1. Okay, now it's rendering my map. Here it comes at some point. Okay, so there's a reason my map's not showing up here. You'll notice the scale here is 0, and that's because I forgot a line of code, which we've set the extent for the map settings. We need to do map.set extent, and we can give it the rect there also. And now we can add the layout items. Let's go ahead and click run again here, and let's go to project, layouts, layout 1, and my map is not added. The map's there. It has a scale, but it's not rendering. Let's take a look here. Alright guys, I forgot another important line of code, and I apologize for this. Layout dot initialize defaults. And so we don't have any default settings for our layout, which is causing our layer to not show up. So we've added that here right after QGIS print layout. We're going to initialize the defaults here. And now with this code, it should work. Let's go ahead and click run. And let's go back to our project, layouts, layout 1. And there we go. Now we have our map showing up. I apologize that I missed some of these things here. I had to go back to my notes and double check on some of that. So now you've got a map showing up in layout view, and that will also allow us to add a legend and add a scale bar here. We're already over 13 minutes on this video, so I'm going to stop this one here, and next time we'll come back and pick up where I left off with this code, and we will add a legend and add a scale bar and add a title. We should have time to finish that in the next video. Thanks for watching.